Today we're going to talk about the admin landing page. So we have a 12.5 stack. I'm going to log into this. Now the admin landing page is one of our new homepage views. And if your system isn't set up to go to there automatically, you could either click on the homepage tab there or set it as your default landing page over in your user preferences. Once you come to the home page, if it isn't already set, you can select admin view from this dropdown, and that will bring up this view. So the admin landing page is a collection of widgets that we feel is relevant and provides good information for those who are administering NetWitness. Some of the widgets that we have in here out of the box are resource usage related. Some are related to retention. Some are related to the content that's available in live, incident or alert trends, or things related to how your licensing is or is not being utilized, right? Such as this packets versus entitlement or the logs versus entitlement. So for example, the resource per content type, we can see that this is going to show you information about app rules, network rules, feeds, Lua parsers, and native parsers, and their utilization within your system. Now, this particular system I'm using is a test system, so it really doesn't have a lot of data related to this, but some of the statistics that we do collect where applicable are like memory usage, right? How much content is available, how much is deployed, the rules, the names of some of the content that's being deployed. And if you happen to have a lot, this list is paged. So you can see right now we're just looking at page 1 of 1 because there's only 3 rules that are deployed. But if there was more, you could page through that. If you have multiple systems, you come up here and you can select which one that you want to view information about. This particular widget doesn't have any configuration associated with it beyond which system, which host you want to view the information for. But other ones do have some configuration. And you'll notice that some of them have this like little 3-dot menu, some don't, right? The ones that have a 3-dot menu, those are ones that will probably have some sort of configuration to it. Like the user's logged into NetWitness. Click on this, you can see there's a configuration option. And so what do we see here? So we can select the time range, right? So this particular widget is now showing us the number of users who've logged into NetWitness over the last 3 months. It kind of aggregates that data on a weekly basis. But, we could change this to be 6 months. If you save that, chart redraws, and then you can see that this is displayed now over the last 6 months on a weekly basis. And so this is, for example, this one is just telling you how many people have logged in during that time frame, right? If you hover over a particular bar, you'll see that it breaks it down even further, showing you who logged in and how many times. Now, for this particular one, it's not going to show you every single time a person logs in. If they log in and log out multiple times during a day, it's only going to count once. Over here for packets versus entitlement, we can see that the amount of packets that the system is processing versus what licensing entitlement you've paid for. This particular one, the red line is down at 1 gig. That's the entitlement line. Obviously, in our test system, we don't have it set up for a higher value, but you can see that we are processing lots of data on this particular system. And what it does is it kind of groups things together by the top 3 highest rated systems. Again, this is a test system, so it's kind of, not the best demonstration of this feature, but of all the systems that you have available to you, because some deployments have a lot, we're not going to show you every single one broken down on this stack bar chart. So what we'll do is we'll show you the top 3 biggest contributors, and then all the ones are aggregated under this green other section. Same goes for the logs versus entitlement, right? You can see that we're showing 3 devices here, but then there's an other one that is contributing 2.11 terabyte. Now, if you wanted to change that, you can go to the configuration and you can change it from 3 months to 6 months to 9 months. Or maybe the number of decoders that you wanted to show is not 3, maybe you want to show 5 for whatever reason. So you can save this. And so you can see we're now showing more devices, right? We're showing 5 of them, and anything beyond that is being grouped into that other bucket. Another interesting widget would be the NetWitness host devices widget. This is meant to help show you a little bit of, how the health of a particular system is. So for example, here we have the admin server, right? We can see that it's green, right? It's ready to go. It's good health. There's 15 services that are running on this. Very low CPU utilization, only 3%. You can see a historic trend here. Memory utilization, right at the moment, it's, again, this is fake data, but it's showing that there's 0 usage. And you can see it was running it up here for a while, and then it's tailed off. It's been up for 7 days. If there are any alarms on this particular device, they're listed here. So you can see a little glimpse of what's going on here, but we can click this little arrow here and to give you more space to read what might be going on, right? And so you can see in this particular alarm, it's showing you what the possible causes are and maybe some things that you can check to remediate. Again, for configuration on this particular widget, you can see it allows you to select from all the various devices that are loaded in your environment. Some of these other widgets, like mean time to detect and mean time to resolve, I've been going over in other videos, so I'm not going to go over those. But like what was brought up in the dashboarding video, if some of these widgets don't make sense to you and it's something that you don't care about, or maybe it's something that you really care about and we have it buried down deep on the page, this layout is editable. So like, let's just say maybe you're someone who really cares about the number of users logged in, right? So we could edit this page and you could pull that one up top, have it centered up here, featured, so it's right when you see the page load. And, if that's what works for you, then that's what we make available through this. So thanks for listening. This was a brief overview of the admin view.